Hi folks, how are you? My name is Danny. Welcome to another video here on Danny's Corner. Wow, I am impressed. I never saw this coming. Literally. Today I want to respond to a comment that was left on the video, How Do I Know That God Exists? And at first I thought this wasn't going to have any comments or any views because it was really slow. In fact, I thought that the video that was going to gain more popularity was going to be the one where I talk about abortion. So again, I'm not afraid of tackling these topics at all. And again, I think that they are from a fresh perspective as they are coming from a totally blind person. And unlike a sighted person, we don't have any preconceived notions about any of these things. We just comment, or in my case, I just comment on the things that I hear and based my opinion on that. So I got an interesting comment here, and I do want to go over it and address it as properly as I can. Again, when I read out loud these comments, I try to be as impartial as I can, given that it's a sensitive topic. But I do want to ask some questions back, and I do want to address some things as I have said before. As you know, I often do not read names out loud, usually because the names are either hard to pronounce or my screen reader software is not going to say them correctly, and instead of butchering them, I decide to just keep it as it is, so as I, again, don't butcher the username. So I'm just going to read the comment. This video may be long. I may do it in two separate videos, and I am going to get to the other comments because this just blew up more than the previous video that was sort of a similar topic, which was I can't remember right now. It something about Christians. I will find it, and this time I will post it. I've just been so busy with other things. All right, but let's get to the comment here. This comment was left 5 days ago, and it says this: Biblical cosmology. The Bible can be proven wrong, as the words and instructions of an all-knowing God being, just on the first page alone. The Sumerians asked, "Why is the sky blue?" Their best answer was, because of a... Sorry, I'm going to have to start again. This is what happens when I get long comments like these. All right, here we go. Biblical cosmology. The Bible can be proven wrong, as the words and instructions of an all-knowing God being, just on the first page alone. The Sumerians asked, "Why is the sky blue?" Their best answer was, because of a primeval sea, blue fresh water in the sky above the clouds. Once you create an explanation for the first question, You must then deal with additional questions created by the first belief claim. So then they asked, why does the primeval sea not fall down on us? Their best answer became, because a glass like sky dome firmament vault is spread across the sky by the gods, and the firmament holds up the waters above and separates them from the waters below it. The Israelites obtained their cosmology beliefs from the Babylonians, who got their beliefs from the Akkadians and Sumerians. Genesis 1:6-8 starts this ridiculous cosmological belief that proves the Bible lacks legitimacy and credibility as the words and information of an all-knowing being on the first page alone. If you believe the Bible 100%, then you must believe there is a blue cosmic sea directly over the clouds, which makes the sky blue. A clear glass-like sky dome firmament separates the blue sea water above the clouds from the earth water below. Windows and gates are built into the firmament to allow beings and water to come down. The earth is flat, like a disc or coin. The earth is immovable and stationary. Stars can fall from the firmament at any time. The sun orbits the earth from within the sky dome firmament. Sweaty, red-faced with tongue-out emoji. The sun is like a mirror-like lamp and can easily be stopped over a small geographical area, such as in Joshua when the sun stood still for a day. Joshua chapter 10, 12 through 14, King James Bible. The stars are just little lights hung on the glass-like sky firmament like Christmas tree ornaments. We live in a giant snow globe within a cosmic blue sea of water. No planets, no suns, no galaxies, and no universe. Just water faced with hand over mouth, rosy cheeks, and smiling eyes emoji. Simply do a Google image search for ancient Israelite cosmology and compare it to Sumerian and Babylonian cosmology. You'll easily find over 200 Bible verses to confirm the Israelite cosmology match that of the others. Biblical writers did in fact believe in flat earth geocentric cosmology. The problem is they were wrong, and so is the Bible. Josephus confirmed the Jewish belief in a glass-like sky dome firmament. He referred to it as crystalline. If Genesis is wrong, Jesus is wrong. Hand with fingers, split over middle and ring fingers emoji. Biblical scholar Dan McClellan on biblical cosmology. And then there are some websites here where it's a YouTube site. And That's all I'm going. That's all I'm going to. Okay. Here's my reply. Number one, I have not read all of the comments here. There's about 70 of them. But this one piqued my interest. So I don't know if this guy was replying to another comment or whatnot. It took me about 10 minutes to read all of this, and I pronounced some words wrong. I understand that. It's part of my disability. I hope I don't stutter with the following thing that I'm going to say. If this person was in fact watching the whole video, he would remember that before I started with this topic, I said that I was totally blind. And I said that I wasn't trying to impose my beliefs on anybody else. I had made that video based on a comment, or due to a comment that I had received, again, on the other video that I referenced earlier, which, just like this one, got a bunch of views and a bunch of comments. Not as many as this one, though. And I was talking about my perspective. Before that, I also talked about the eclipse. As a blind person, I'm not able to see it. You guys are. You guys are able to see everything that's contained, in this earth, or on this earth, not me. And so the question that I want to ask is the following. I'm assuming this person is an atheist. And before I continue, I would like to say that this is going to get perhaps a bit, I'm going to sound a bit harsh with the response that I'm going to deliver. But you guys chose to enter this video, so be forewarned that this is going to be not so easy. This is not going to be something easy to digest for those of you who may be agnostics or atheists. If indeed you're questioning Bible cosmology, number one, I wasn't even talking about Bible cosmology. Do you know why? Because I don't know that. Because I don't understand Bible cosmology in the same way that I do not understand science. So that was your first mistake if you have tuned into this video. I'm only going to talk about my experience, what I think, and what I have observed. I am not going to talk about something which I know nothing about. That's for other people to debate, not me. The question that I was asked, to summarize it, is do Christians have a mental image of God when they pray? I only answered this as a totally blind person, which is the other thing I want to get to. This guy said if you were to do a Google image, you would see this and you would see that. Perhaps this guy wasn't paying attention, because I did say, and I always do, at the start of my videos, I'm totally blind. How is a Google image going to help me when it comes to figuring something out? It doesn't. How is a scientific experiment going to help me out when it comes to me believing in something. It doesn't. So please, let's not confuse people with your gibberish, because that's what this is to me. You're talking to a blind person who doesn't understand the cosmos at all. I understand the words that you're saying. I'm able to process them. But to me, they don't mean anything. Why waste time writing something that a blind person is not going to be able to understand? Sighted people will, but I am not. Neither are the other blind people that have subscribed to this channel. Okay, addressing that point. The second point, or third point, is this. He said that he or she said that the cosmology was taken from Sumerians and Akkadians and so forth and so on. I think that's not debatable. I think by now we should all know that the stories that are found in the Bible are taken from oral accounts. They're oral traditions that were written. So perhaps they're not going to be complete accounts. When it comes to cosmology, it's probably the same thing with a few changes. How can we compare this to today's world, you may ask? Let's say if you take, again, putting blind people onto the spotlight here, because this is what this channel primarily deals with, in case this person didn't know. Let's say you ask 1,000 totally blind individuals what something is. Let's say TV, let's say a television set, or choose whatever you want. Those 1,000 people, or whatever number you decide to poll, they're going to tell you different answers. So who's right and who's wrong? In the same way, you have to remember that just because something is in the Bible doesn't necessarily mean that they have to agree 100% with one another. Do you get where I am trying to get to? Yes, there's a lot of things that are written in the Bible. But again, they don't have to agree with one another. The other thing that this person didn't mention is that there is something lost when it comes to translation. Remember that the Bible was written primarily in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Now, these languages, furthermore, were developed thanks to other languages. And so, to say that the Bible is wrong by reading the first page, how do you know that for sure? Because again, there could have been some mistranslation within the Bible itself. And again, there are different versions. There are different translations. I have a Spanish channel. I've said this before. Spanish is much more complicated than English. There's about 18 to 20 countries that speak Spanish. And so if a Mexican person were to write a book using slang just from one of the states alone, Do you think the other person at the other end of the country will be able to understand the book? Or do you think a person from another country in Latin America, or a person who is Hispanic, who has a Spanish descent, will be in the United States, will be able to understand that slang? No. Because you see, just as in these languages, Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic, the same word that a Mexican person can use may mean something to them, but for another person, it might mean something totally different. So who's wrong and who's right? I know you probably think that I'm getting off topic, but I'm really not. I think we need to understand that we may never know the truth when it comes to anything that we may debate here. We need to understand that life is a mystery, and that the Bible, nor science, nor anything else was meant for you and I to get it and all of a sudden uncover all the secrets that they're out there. That's not what science is for, again, and that's not what the Bible is for. And I'm assuming that's not what any other religious or spiritual text is for. Unfortunately, what we have here is that we want to know everything that is around us, and we want to know it now. For what reason? I will give that answer on my next video. I want to thank you so much for listening. I know this was a bit over 20 minutes, but again, this was a long comment, and I tried to read it as best as I could. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.